my books are available on Amazon, dreallday.com/Amazon, hard copy and digital copy. Work on your game.
DreAllDay.com.
And then today we're going to talk about something that's in the number 3 area, which is making things happen in your life. And how many athletes we have in here? How many people we have here who play a team sport? You play a sport where you have a coach or a manager or somebody who controls how much time you actually play in the game, or if you get in the game, or if you make the team. If you are an athlete watching this right now, let me see your hand so I know who the athletes are that I'm talking to. How many people here are in a situation where you work for it, you have a boss or a supervisor or somebody who determines your salary or tells you how much money you're going to make for your efforts? So if you're not an entrepreneur, but actually you're an employee, you work for somebody, or you're an athlete, you play for somebody on a team, let me know who you are so I know who I'm talking to. I want to know who my audience is. What's going on, Chima, checking in from Switzerland. Shout out to Switzerland, just so I know who my audience is today. All right. Well, since my background as a professional athlete, I played high school ball, I played college ball. I've been a worker. I worked like 20 jobs before I got into playing basketball. Basketball was a job, and now I'm an entrepreneur. So I've seen all 3 sides of it. And when it comes to athletics, I hear from athletes all the time who complain about their playing time. They say, I'm not getting enough playing time. I talk to people who work in an employee situation. They say, hey, I'm just not getting enough money. I feel like I should make more money. I feel like my boss doesn't appreciate me. What's up, Eric? What's going on, Dallas? I feel like my boss doesn't appreciate me. I want to make more money, but I'm not sure how to go about it. I want to get more playing time, but I don't think the coach likes me. I think he gives more playing time to this other kid because this kid's dad is friends with the coach, or he doesn't like me because I'm short. He doesn't like me because I'm too tall. He doesn't like me because I'm not the right race. He doesn't like me because, I'm not friends with him the way he's friends with all the other players. And there's all these excuses people have about the reasons why they're not able to get the money they want at work or the playing time they want on their team sports. And me, for those of you who don't know me, what's going on, Brampton? For those of you who don't know me, I just want to let y'all know ahead of time that I am going to give it to you straight. I'm a straight shooter when it comes to how I give people advice. I'm going to tell you exactly what it's going to take for you to get the result that you want. What's going on, Christy? How you feeling? Glad to see you here today. I'm going to tell you exactly how to get the results that you want for your situation, especially you athletes, because I know I have a lot of athletes watching right now. And if you are a parent, watching this, what's up, John, checking in from Athens? If you are a parent watching this, understand that this information right here is for your child or for you if you happen to be the one that you may be the intermediary for your child. I get very long emails from parents who tell me about their situations with their children, how their child's not getting the playing time that they want. They think their child should be playing more. Of course you do. You're the parent. You should feel that way. But oftentimes, as a parent, you may not be seeing everything. Actually, you're not seeing everything that's going on. You're only getting it second person from your child, whatever they happen to tell you. And your child may have a vested interest in telling you things that make them look good and not look bad. But what I'm going to tell you today is a simple process for anyone who's not getting their playing time, not getting their money, how to get it the right way, how to go about asking for it the right way, what actions you can take to show that you actually deserve it the right way, and also what you can do if you feel like you're in a dead-end situation and it's just not working out for you the way that you want it to work out for you. All right, so we're going to get right into this. And again, I want to make very, very clear that I am a straight shooter. I give you no fluff. I give you no bullshit. I don't use kid gloves. I don't have any kids. So I'm going to tell it to you straight. I have no vested interest in any of you being accepting of this information or not accepting of this information, but one thing I do know is that it's accurate and that it works. So is everybody all right with that? Is everybody all right with me just giving it to you exactly as it is? No bullshit, no fluff, no ice cream cones, no clowns, no fuzzy clowns, no puppy dogs. Is everybody all right with that? I need to know everybody's cool with that before we get started. Because if you're not cool with that, this is not the stream for you. All right, everybody's good with that? Okay, so let's get right into it. If you are an athlete or an employee, you're playing for a team, working for a boss, you're not getting the playing time you want, you're not getting the money you want, you feel like you deserve more. Here's the number one thing that you can do. The number one thing that and your kids say they're not playing enough. Here's the number one thing that your kid can do to earn more playing time and to get more money. This is what they can do, all right? Shut the fuck up, work harder, and get better. I'm going to repeat number one. That's not all 3. That's number 1. Number 1 is shut the fuck up, work harder, and get better. Now, let me explain why that's number 1. That's number 1 because 96% of you who feel like you deserve more time or deserve more money, If you followed those 3 things, I guarantee you would eventually get it. Guaranteed. If you stop complaining, you stop talking negatively about the person in the cubicle next to you, you stop talking about how other players on the team are not as good as you, but they're playing more than you. You just stop voicing your displeasure of the situation, and you just worked harder in practice every day. Worked harder on your job every day and improved your skill level, improved your actual performance, your actual output at work. I guarantee you will see results from that. It is impossible for you to not see results, and I'm going to explain to you why. Let me tell you a little bit of the backstory of me. When I was in college, I got recruited to a college. After my freshman year, I got recruited to what was a 2-year athletic but 4-year academic school to a Division III college. I played NCAA Division III college before I went to play professionally. I got recruited my sophomore year to a new school. The coach that recruited me, playing my sophomore year, I was pretty much sitting on the bench a lot. I didn't play a lot of minutes that year. I was like, I was probably number 1 on the team in talent, number 1 in terms of skill level. But I wasn't playing a lot. Why? Because I wasn't working hard in practice. I did not have good practice habits. I did not work hard every single day. I didn't bring it every day in practice the way I was supposed to. I didn't know anything about that. It was the first time it had been introduced to me. It's the first time anybody had told me that I needed to do that. We good on Facebook? I'm getting some connection notifications there. I went to the coach one day. One day we had an off day, not an off day, but no game. It was before practice. I went into the coach's office. I said, "Hey, coach, in the last game, when I did such and such, you took me out of the game, but I see other people who maybe make the same mistake, you don't take them out of the game. Or, I feel like I'm not getting enough playing time, coach. What can I do to get more playing time?" And the coach said to me, "Listen, you need to develop better practice habits. You have a skill level that is high enough that you should be performing better every single day." We go to the connection on Periscope. I saw the connection go a little bit. We good on Periscope? Are we good on connection? I see Facebook looks like we're back. Periscope, let me know that we good in that connection before I continue. We good now? Great. All right. And the coach said to me, "Look, you need to develop better practice habits. You need to work harder in practice. You need to show up every day in practice. You need to start doing better in the drills. You just got to bring more energy. It seems like sometimes you're practicing, it seems like you're just not bringing it the way that you need to bring it." And at the time, I didn't understand bringing it every day. I didn't understand that discipline. I didn't understand doing it every day like that. Eventually, I turned things around mentally for myself, and that's when everything changed. That's how I ended up becoming a pro. The reason I tell you this story is to tell you this. I wasn't doing the things that I'm telling you right now. I was complaining about not getting enough time. I was not working hard enough. I had the part about being good. I was pretty good at what I could do, but I wasn't working hard, and I was doing too much complaining to the coach. I wasn't complaining that often. We only had that one conversation. But the point is this. If you do these 3 things, stop talking, work harder, and get on your job. You get better just at showing up to work, getting more done every single day. Yeah, I see that on Periscope. Nothing really I can do about it, though. We good now? Everybody can hear me and see me on Periscope right now? Periscope, can you hear me and see me? Let me know. All right, can y'all just give me a stream of hearts so I know that we good on the connection on Periscope? That's how I know the connection is good, when I'm seeing the hearts come up. All right. If I had just worked harder every single day in practice, combined with my skill level, I would have delivered. Now, you employees, you feel like you should get more money. The first thing you need to do is start producing more, because when you have a conversation with your employer, when you have a conversation with your coach athletes, number one thing you got to be able to say to them is, look at my production. Look at what I'm doing in practice every day. Look what I did when I got in the game. Look how I handled that board meeting. Look how I delivered those things that you said you needed on your desk by Friday. I got them on your desk by Wednesday. Do you see that I've done this? Then you got to be able to get agreement with that person in authority. And if you have nothing to show them, you have no collateral, then you also have no credibility. So your credibility is tied to collateral. Your collateral is, these are the things I've done. Do you agree that I've done these things at a higher level than you had first asked me to do them? And you had to be able to get agreement. If you can't get that agreement, that means you have no collateral. You have to have a collateral first to have some credibility to what you say next, which is the number 2 step. Number 2 step to getting more money, more playing time in your situation is this. You go to your coach or your boss and you say it, and you word it exactly the way I'm going to say it to you. How can I earn more blank? Playing time, how can I earn more money? How can I? I'll tell you a story about me. I used to work at this place called Rita's Water Ice. Any of you from the Northeast United States might know about water ice. A lot of people don't even know what water ice is. It's not gelato, it's not ice cream, it's water ice. It ain't nothing like it. But anyway, I used to work at this place called Rita's Water Ice in the summer of, I think, 1998. I was 16 years old. And when I was working there, one time I asked the boss, can I get a raise? And she gave me a raise, but I didn't think the raise was enough. I was like, I want a little bit more. I want a little bit more of a raise. I went back to her and said, and I wanted a little bit more of a raise. So I went back to her and said, you know what can I do to get more of a raise? And she didn't even tell me that I needed to do anything performance-wise. We just had a pretty long conversation. I built some rapport with her, and she ended up getting me a higher raise through that conversation because I already had the collateral. She couldn't deny that I was outperforming everybody else working at that water ice place. There was no question about it. I had the collateral, so when I came to her with the conversation, I had the credibility also. So what you do is you go to your coach, you go to your boss, and you say this: how can I earn more playing time? Not can I get more playing time? Not can I have more money? Not I deserve a raise? Not I should get more playing time than this guy who also is on the team. Don't tell them what you should get. Understand that your boss's job is not to please you. Your coach's job is not to give you more playing time. The coach's job is to win games. The boss's job is to have the overall department or the company or that location perform at the highest level possible. Now, what the boss's job is, the coach's job is when it comes to you is this: to put you and everybody else who's with you in the most optimal position to help the team win and or help the company perform. So let's just use basketball as an example. If I'm a basketball coach, my job is not to please you, basketball player. My job is not to give you more playing time. My job is not even to make you a better player, believe it or not. My job is to win games. Now, we know that there are only 5 people on the court in a basketball game. There are 15 people on my roster. My job is to put the right combination of players on the court for as much time as possible that puts the team in the best position to win. Now, this is the part that all of you had to understand. I think all of you kind of know that part. Some of you athletes, the best position to help the team win for you is on the bench. For some of you athletes, the best position for you that will put the team in the best position to win is not on the field, is not on the court, is on the bench. You are helping the team best by not being in the game because there are other players there. When they're in the game, they help the team more than you do. So that means you need to sit down while they play. Everybody catch what I just said right there. If you work as an employee in a situation, you're working in a department that you're best suited to help the company. Now, if you think is a different department that can help, again, collateral first, credibility second. What are you doing that proves you deserve something different than what you're getting? Everybody got step number 2. Step number 3. Are we good on Periscope? I see the stream kind of went in and out right there. Number 3 thing that you're going to do. Let's say you work at a job and the boss is not giving you the money that you want. You play on a basketball team, a football team, a baseball team, and you're not getting the playing time that you want. And iTac22 says, sucks. I feel like I'm not even involved. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what to do next. Here's step number 3. If you follow step number 1, there's a 96% chance of success. You already get what you want by following step number 1. You won't even have to go to step number 2, which is how can I earn blank more playing time? Because when you word it that way, going back to number 2 real quick, when you word it that way, you're letting the coach or the boss know that you're caring about the overall performance of the team or company, not just yourself personally. Because understand, the boss or coach is not there to serve you. You are there to serve the company. Like John F. Kennedy said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. So when you go to the person in charge and ask, you're asking, how can you help? How can I earn more playing time? The coach will say, all right, you need to have a better disposition when you're not getting in the game. You need to cheer for your teammates louder during the games. You need to run harder when we do the sprint drills in practice. You need to make sure you show up on time every single day to work at the time that you're supposed to, 15 minutes earlier, whatever the situation is. The coach, you're opening the floor for the coach or the boss to tell you, open-ended, what you can do to improve your situation. Number 3, if number 1 and number 2 still have not worked out, this is what you're going to do. You will go and find a new team or a new job, and in your performance on the new team or new job, you will prove that the old person didn't know what they were doing. You will prove that they made a mistake by not giving you more money, not putting you in the game more often. You go prove it by going to another organization. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, Dre, I'm not in a position to quit my job right now. I'm not in a position to quit this basketball team because, my job is very close to home and is real set up with work. And the situation wouldn't work if I was to leave here and try to go get a different job, with my kids, with my husband, with my lease where I live, or I own a home. Or you might be saying, I'm on a basketball team right now and, I'm not going to be able to transfer out of this school, because my parents pay for it. Next closest team is 6 hours away, or nothing else fits into my schedule. I can't leave this team, Dre. I can't leave this job, Dre. So what do I do if I can't leave the team? Number 1, one and number two didn't work. I can't leave the team. I can't leave this job. What do I do then? What's the next step? What's the next solution to a person that's in that situation? If they're in that situation, this is what you do. You go back and repeat step number one, which is shut the fuck up, work harder, and get better. Because step number one is a guaranteed foolproof success. Step number two, you might get an answer you like, you might get an answer you don't like, but you will get a constructive answer in step number two. Step number three may or may not be doable for you. Step number one is doable for everybody. Everybody here, and I don't care what you do, everybody here can shut the fuck up, work harder, and get better. Everybody. If you're an athlete, you can do this. If you work somewhere, you can do this. If you own a business, you can do this. Everybody can do this. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what language you speak. Everybody can stop complaining, work harder at what you do, and get better at what you do. Now, if anybody got any questions, I'll take questions. Anybody got questions, I'll go ahead and take them. Facebook questions. Thank you, Christy, for the claps. Anybody on Periscope got questions? So complaining is never the solution, correct? Complaining is not a solution to anything in life, ever. In any situation, is complaining a solution? Never, ever. I'm taking questions right now. This is Dre All Day. No, I do not speak French. This is Dre All Day, formerly known as Dre Baldwin, athlete, entrepreneur, professional speaker. I'm doing a live webinar tonight on time management. Any of you have issues with managing your time? That's at dreallday.com/time. Time like clock time. You got 11 days to a big showcase. Any advice? Yeah, show up. Bring your sneakers and be ready. How about when you're playing pickup and want to get picked more? Do these rules apply? Yes. Get better. If you're not getting picked, it's probably because you can't play. If you improve your game, you'll get picked more often. I'm doing a live webinar tonight on time, dreallday.com/time. So it takes time to develop as a starter on that team. On what team? I don't know what team you're talking about. Back to school, Lou said, that's exactly what I tell my son. Step one, exactly. If you get better at what you do, guaranteed you will get the results. And if nobody's recognizing your skill, go find a new group and show that they were wrong. Dre, is the Kyrie program all I need? Well, that's a question you'll have to answer by doing the program. You'll never know until you take action. Talking about it will not give you any answers. You must go take the action. Basketball team. Well, I know you're talking about a team. The question is, who are you personally? You have to be able to answer the question for yourself. I can't tell you what you're going to need to make the team. You need to tell me what you need to make the team. John says, I work very hard on my game. I'm taking a lot of time from my coach, but I have a problem. When I make a mistake, I get down and I can't continue. Okay. Thank you for sharing that problem. Now, what is it that I can do to help you with that problem? He's just telling me your problem doesn't solve anything. So what's the solution? What solution are you looking for? Now, see, when you ask questions, the more specific you are with how you can be helped, the easier it will be for you to get help. Now, see, if you just run around telling people your problems, that doesn't mean you're going to get any help. It just means you shared your problems. And the more you speak about your problems, the more you reinforce them to your subconscious mind. It just becomes even more of a problem, actually. Actually, I need to do a stream on that. Telling people about how to find solutions to their challenges. Because a lot of young people, I find, they masturbate on their problems. Basically, they run around telling everybody what the problem is, thinking about it, talking about it, but it doesn't solve anything. What's going on, Mike? Checking in from Conroe, Texas. Anyone else got a question? Again, I'm doing a live webinar tonight, dreallday.com/time on time management. Advice on pro summer basketball camps and what should a player attend. Read my website. Read the help section on my website. I've addressed that in super detail. During the game, my handle turns off, and that means you need more handle. If your handle's turning off, you don't have enough. You need to improve your skills. What's going on? Temper, mental redhead, checking in from Indiana. Shout out to Indiana. I was just up there this past June. All right, any more questions? Last thing I'm going to say, I'm doing a time management webinar tonight. If you have issues with managing your time, having too much on your hands, not getting things done at the level you want to get them done, always running out of time, you need to be there. dreallday.com/time. Tonight, it is free. But in practice, it's very elite. You need to play in more games. You need to go to dreallday.com/play. dreallday.com/play. That's a free PDF. How to play basketball at the same level that you practice basketball, which seems to be your exact problem. I made a free PDF on that topic, so go get that PDF. Any other questions? Facebook got any questions? The Facebook questions come, the stream comes in a little bit slower than on Periscope. Periscope, they like immediate, but Facebook, they're not. Brando operate. You need to form your questions in more what's the word I'm looking for? More grammatically correct sentences. I'm not understanding what you're saying. And understand you're not the only person talking. So if you just give me fragments of sentences, I have no idea what you're talking about. Speak in complete sentences, but be brief at the same time. Any other questions on Facebook that I can take? Periscope, anybody got a question? I know the stream was a little bit choppy on Periscope, but hopefully y'all caught this. If you didn't, obviously you're watching a replay. So shout out to my replay viewers on Periscope, replay people on Facebook. Make sure you like and share this. Periscope, please tap the screen for the hearts, even if you're watching on replay. All right, so last thing, time management webinar tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, free, dreallday.com/time. My Snapchat is at Dre Baldwin. At Dre Baldwin is my Snapchat. So should I keep my games to ratio? Listen, if you heard me say it already, why are you confirming it by asking me the same question? All right, see you later, John. Everybody, dreallday.com/time tonight. Free webinar. Go sign up right now so you can get in that webinar. It is limited to the number of viewers. So I will see y'all tonight, 6 p.m. Other than that, y'all stay here. I'll see y'all on Facebook again. I'll see y'all on Periscope again. Snapchat at Dre Baldwin. When you got any questions for me, email directly, dre@dreallday.com anytime. Work on your game. Make sure you get my first book, Buy a Game. It is free. Click the link right here below in the video description. I'm on all your favorite social media platforms, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Periscope. All the links are right down here below. Is either Dre Baldwin or Dre All Day on each one of those sites. And make sure you are subscribed. Hit that subscribe button down there and the thumbs up like button. Subscribe so you catch all the new content. I work on your game. Dre All